Something I wasn't disappointed by was the Higher Brothers album, Five Stars. We talked
Yeah.
about and reviewed the 88 Rising, collaborative album last year,
Mhm.
and they were featured on it. And I think one of their songs on there was one of the ones that stood out to us the most. Um,
Nothing
so
wrong. Yep.
yeah, they're a Chinese hip hop group from Chengdu.
Mhm.
They got four members: Masai, DZ No, Psy.P, and Mello. And I mean, these guys go pretty hard, not only in their sound, but like their music videos are these like ridiculous party music videos for the most part, except for One Punch Man, which is just like this like karate movie basically.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. Um, I, you know, they switch back and forth between Sichuanese and English at different points throughout, and that can make it, I think, hard to follow at times. But overall, this is, I think, a really strong effort from them, and something that's going to catapult them into the American consciousness of rap, which is really exciting, especially because they had a lot of good features on here, and they're already known. But I think this brings them up to another level. I see you nodding your head, so I'm guessing you like this one.
Yeah, I thought this shit was awesome. Fire Brothers, they just make Chinese trap. Like it's very simple. Like they're clearly indebted to the current trap scene here. Uh, and of course I think they're pretty much based here now, like most of the 88 rising artists. But yeah, it's funny because like they bring kind of everything you want from like trap artists. There's four of them, but they all have great chemistry. They all can really take turns on the song, the hook or the verse, and they have really inspired feature choices. Denzel Curry, Ski Mask, JID, Schoolboy Q, great picks. And the beats are fun, but like they can just go hard on these songs and it's just really fun. And I think I agree with what you said, Rich Brian, Joji, Higher Brothers. I think that's 88 Rising. That's their core three right now. And I really hope this does well for them because, they had Black Cab and then the Journey to the West EP in 2017 and 2018 and didn't get like a ton of mainstream attention, just kind of got like internet love. And, I think Made in China was probably their one of their first hits because they really started out really just making songs of Mandarin, but they kind of sprinkle in English and they sprinkle in a lot of English on this as well. And I think also U.S. listeners are more and more receptive to that. Obviously, the rise of Latin music, Bad Bunny, J Balvin, etc., Zuna, like uh, songs that aren't in English do better here than they ever have. I think that could certainly include Asian artists. So I think this is definitely something that probably most people weren't aware of because like this doesn't get like a mainstream push or anything. Like 88 Rising obviously is a indie management label focusing on Asian artists, and they have like Empire distribution. But even Empire is a pretty small, uh, effort in that regard. So this probably wasn't on the top of anyone's release radar on Spotify. So I really hope people check this out as they hear about it. But yeah, I was very very happy with how it turned out. But I mean, what did you think? Because I mean, you had probably just heard them on the collab tape last summer, right? You weren't too familiar.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, my impression of them on five stars is just that they go hard. They're, we talked about Pump, who relies on just being fun and stupid, but these, I mean, from what I could understand of what they were saying, not only were the raps pretty intricate and meaningful in some sense, in a lot of times, but the wordplay and the flow between them was evident. There's a lot of chemistry there.
Mm.
Um, and I think that they were able to make songs and use their features to really um, bring out the best of the people who are on the features with them, rather than kind of just making them fit into their songs, which I thought was great. Especially like I already mentioned, One Punch Man, like Ski Mask and Denzel, I think sound awesome on that. Like, and
Oh
it's such
yeah.
an energetic song. Like you kind of want to run through a wall after listening to it. I thought Zombie with Rich Brian, and it was produced by Joji. I thought that song was really great. No More was a little bit more like R&B ish. Nicki singing the hook on that, but also excellent. And then obviously Open It Up, which I think is one of the singles off of this. Is It's just them, and they sound great on that song. So they had all four of those songs jumped out to me, but throughout I was like, oh, this is a pretty solid track. So nothing here to really hate, and I can only see them getting better. I think my only concern with them, kind of similar to a group we're going to talk about in a second, is that I could see them, probably branching out and doing solo work eventually, and it's hard to kind of hold these groups together. So as they keep rising, I could see them potentially not staying as the higher brothers.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet. We'll see if 88 Rising keeps them together. Maybe their status as foreign artists might slow that as well. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Keep an eye out if you start seeing like solo features. That's probably your first sign that it's at least possible. But yeah, I really hope this makes a big foundation for them. But yeah, very happy with this one for sure.